What's up, guys? I am Gillyweed. This is the Heroes Hype Amateur Series, Week 13. Messiah.
I know. Nothing's going well today. Ay. Hey everybody, it's Messiah. How do I look on stream right now?
Screenshot.
Oh, is it just me looking far into the distance? Is that what was saved?
Yes.
Oh, that's perfect. Well, we could just keep it like that. That's actual what I look like, so I guess that would work.
That's perfect. All right. Well, for our first match today, we're in the round of 16. We had 17 teams, but the first match has already been played. We're going to have Team Happy Birthday versus the Pleyz, and of course it is a best of one. And so we're going to hop into that draft now. I can't get over that screenshot.
Gotta love technology. Today's been a rough day, so I apologize about that. I apologize, folks, about being late also. It's another thing. Work was just dragging, so I apologize about that.
We really appreciate you coming here to cast for us. It should be a lot of fun. We've already got these teams well on their way. And Happy Birthday has decided to ban Lost Vikings. The Pleyz has banned Illidan, two very normal bans. But then if we look at this, Happy Birthday has Vala, Anubarak, and Tyrael. And I just want to say that I'm the one who captained this, because if they go Sanctification, the first time that they tried this, I was playing the Tyrael. So, you know, just gotta throw that out there.
Just marking your territory about that first play. Well, the patch just came out on Tuesday. A lot of things have been changing for some of these heroes, and like you're wondering, Anubarak, why is he being picked at the moment? And from what I'm hearing around and seeing from different players in different levels of competitive play at the moment is the fact that Anubarak is really stepping up at the moment now that his beetles are somewhat controllable, not all, running amok and stuff like that. So we're going to see a lot of heroes these couple of matches that we don't usually see very often. But on the side of the Pleyz, they do pick up that Jaina, Sylvanas, and Uther pick. So as if you're new to the channel or new to the competitive scene, Jaina and Uther are definitely those two that really can just stun you down and do a whole lot of damage. You do have Sylvanas as that little extra specialist there who can just melt you away also. Not to forget the Wailing Arrow, which is such a key opponent to most of these team fights. And then you have that ETC that just got some changes.
He did. He just got a lot of changes, a lot different to his level 20 abilities too. Either he's got the death metal now where you can cast a mosh pit once you've died. Even if you picked stage dive as your heroic, you can still pick that one, the death metal. There's also tour bus where you can mosh, but if it doesn't hit, then you can power sign. That actually extends the length of time that mosh pit happens as well. So some big changes there. And then of course stage dive already, which had been taken quite a bit, was also the decrease, correct, in the cooldown time. So already we see stage dive a ton, and so we'll probably see a bunch on here too, because it is Sky Temple, a map that is really big. It's nice to be able to always have your tank there for those key engagements or to pick up a temple really fast.
Yeah, exactly. ETC is one of those picks on Sky Temple. You can be anywhere he needs to be if he's taken that stage dive. So it's really going to be up to the Pleyz to see how they're actually going to be using their level 10s here, their heroics. On the side of Happy Birthday, their last pick is going to end up being that mighty Thrall. So overall, a little bit melee on the side of Happy Birthday. They might have something up their sleeve to see how they're going to counteract this team from the Pleyz with their amount of stuns and the fact that they have this ETC that can go two options at the moment. So it's going to be an interesting fight. The Pleyz still has one pick left to go, and just looking at it, I mean, they can go another damage source, they can go another support if need be, but I could see them maybe possibly picking up something along the lines of damage.
Well, they do have that Evan Drinde, who we know loves playing the Tyrande and does a really good job as well. I wanted to talk about the Anubarak and Tyrael, which seems like a really crazy pick. Actually has a lot of really cool applicability. If you do take that Sanctification on that Tyrael, what happens is a Nubarak can totally go down into the back line and start wailing away on your squishies like Jaina and Sylvanas. And then once a Nubarak gets low, then Tyrael can pop that Sanctification, and then from there, if there was, like, for instance, a mosh pit, which we don't generally see, it'll probably be stage dive here, but if there were, you can Sanctification and get all of your teammates out of that too. But the Pleyz have decided to pick up Zeratul, and Zeratul, Void Prison can actually be a really good counter to that if that's something that they were looking to do with Tyrael, because you can Void Prison people, and then if you were forced to use that Sanctification, people inside the Void Prison wouldn't receive that buff. So we'll have to see which team is able to counter the other team's strat better as we head into this game on Sky Temple, first game of the night in the HeroesHype Amateur Series Week 13.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to these two teams, how they're going to place it out, how they're going to be fighting in these lanes, what's going to happen towards the whole fight. It's patch week, folks, so anything is possible. You see, the meta is going to be changing over these next couple weeks. As we saw, major frontline tanks like Diablo and ETC have changed quite a big amount. So we might be seeing, Diablo fall out of play or ETC, but we're going to see how it all works out. That's the meta. That's how Heroes of the Storm works, folks. So we'll be getting into the game shortly. We're just waiting on all the players to get ready in the lobby, and we will begin this match on Sky Temple. And I don't know if you've already announced it, Gillyweed, but KT is banned this week, correct?
Yes, so of course the big news with the patch, other than the fact that Diablo got a new mount that allows him to run on all fours like a dog, that's my favorite change. Kael'thas was also released, very new and awesome and fiery hero, but he is banned for this week. So because he came out just yesterday, we want to give players enough time to learn to counter him, also to play him, and so we're just going to ban him. He will be available though next week for sure, and I'm sure we will see the teams taking advantage of that.
Yeah, I've seen some play from myself and against teams with Kael'thas in it, and it's just the combinations of plays you can make with him is just insane at the moment. Even Gazlo having some fun with him with KT. So I'm looking to see how next week he transitions into the metal pool and see what really brings to the table as we're starting to load up into Sky Temple, our first match of the day.
You mentioned Gazlo. Gazlo got quite a few changes in the patch, and it's funny because I think I've heard some people say, he's nerfed. I've heard some people say, he's way buffed, and some people say, he's about the same. So, and all of those being Gazlo players themselves. So I'm very confused as to what actually happened to him. I myself do not play very much Gazlo.
I haven't touched too much into the Gazlo. I have read some of the patch notes while occasionally working, I guess you can say. And it's just how his turrets interact, how they engage. Overall, though, I didn't see a really big improvement. I will look more into that with Gazlo in the future just to kind of get an upper hand of how he's bringing to the table now. The main things I was looking at going over the patch was, and just from the hype of it, was the fact that Diablo and ETC got changes to them that were decided months ago. I don't know if you read that article where these were actually decided months ago and wasn't even part of the meta at the time that we had with Diablo and ETC.
Yeah. Sorry, I was changing something on the overlay. Did you ask me a question? My bad.
I did ask you a question, but it's okay. We could just go with it.
Do we know if the Ollie interface is updated? I actually forgot to check that, and I do not.
Do you have the current bugged one at the moment?
I think I have the current bugged one. Did we have an update to it?
Yes, there is. I was actually going to say the same thing, that I don't have the current one available.
Right, well, maybe I can get it in between games. So for now, sorry guys, this will look a bit weird. We won't be able to show the talents as often, but I will do my best to show it. We'll go ahead and introduce the teams in the blue. It's Team Happy Birthday Sahara playing Anubarak, Ascension on the Vala, Dragon playing Tyrael, Syndrome playing Rhaegar, and Poseidon playing that Thrall down on bottom.
And on the red side, we do have the Pleyz. We have Evan Durande on the bottom with the Zeratul in the middle lane. Yeko on the ETC. Up top, we have Uther, Lex Uther, Zeus on that Sylvanas, and Pyrat Rum on that Jaina.
I always love when Lex Uther chooses to play Uther. And it looks like for now we've got, we're going to have 3 heroes on the top lane for both sides. Of course, the Pleyz would love to be able to get some push going here with both Sylvanas and Jaina in the top lane. So Sahara and Ascension and Syndrome will have to try to keep people off of their turrets as much as they possibly can.
Yeah, pretty basic push at the moment. As you can see, 3-3 top. We have 1-1 middle, and also down bottom we have 1-1 with that Zeratul and Thrall currently going at it. Overall, I mean, right now this is pretty standard for what you do see as the first temple phase has begun. It will be popping in about 10 seconds here as both teams try and combat it and go for the prize of taking both of these. Usually the main one to capture at this point is going to be the middle temple, as that provides more damage across the board structurally, where it is a better pick overall for the teams to go middle, but it's still an equal win if both sides get 1-1.
Yeah, a lot of times even people prefer to have that top temple because they want to be able to push on top like we're seeing Zeus and Pyrat Rum do, but also because the second temple phase is the bottom temple. And if you can grab your knights before the bottom temple starts spawning, then you have the push from those bruisers going toward that top floor, and it just makes your enemy team have to decide, oh, do we go for cleaning up those knights so the push isn't there, or do we let the knights push and then have to go down and get the temple?
Exactly. That's what the teams are going to be figuring out as they're going into this match later on. We do see that down bottom, that Zeratul is kind of solo. He stayed down there the whole time on Evan. He is just soaking up that experience and pushing. Up top, in the top lane, we do have back to the 3-3 rotation going on, with this side of the Pleyz getting a little bit extra experience over their foes, mainly because of the fact that Zeratul was down bottom the whole time. It did not come up for that phase. I believe in the end that was a 1-for-1 temple, as the side of the Team Happy Birthday did acquire the middle temple, if I am correct.
Yes, Happy Birthday got the entire mid temple. Sorry guys that the volume was so loud. I have hopefully reduced it so it's a lot better. Let me know if it's still too loud though. Do we have a sec maybe where we can look at these talents? It looks like gathering power for Evan Durande on the Zeratul, so you'll be looking for him to try to gain those stacks and preserve them. 1 Envenom on each side. Rhaegar picking up the far side, that's going to help with vision, and 2 blocks on Yelkow and the Uther, Lex Uther. Oh, and actually Tyrael going for protection in death. This is a really, really cool talent you don't see too often. But when Archangel's Wrath explodes, so that's after he dies and he turns into a bomb, you shield your nearby allies for 50% of their max health for 5 seconds. That is a huge amount of shielding and can help turn the tides of the battle. And it also is really cool. We've seen it a lot in the Storm League too, when you are going for those sanctification talents as well, or trying to go for sanctification build.
Yeah, you want to make sure you're all beefed up, ready for whatever's going to be coming, because they're going to be focusing you when you end up casting that, so you want to be very, very careful. Now, we do see that the next temple phase is going to be starting in less than 7 seconds here, as they are all going to be rushing down to the bottom lane to acquire this. We do see Evan taking a little bit of pressure from Brosidon, but it's not going to be enough to actually get the kill, as we do see all the members of both teams coming down here to contest this temple. We do see Dargren kind of caught out at the moment, getting stunned by Yelko, but he is going to be able to get out of there alive. Now this is looking in favor of the Pleyz, as they are going to be down here on bottom securing this temple.
Yeah, Brosidon's a little bit back. He had to go back and heal up just a bit. Now he has returned. And they'll start to funnel in. This temple is really difficult to siege into, but also to get out of, and they've done a really good job of separating Evan out from the rest of them. He's so low, he's going to have to blink away. This means it's going to be a 5v4 fight, as Thrall will be the first to go down, though. Really great focusing coming out from the Pleyz. And now Dragon and Sahara are both in here. They're taking damage, but remember, they're both tanks, so they've got a little bit more of a health pool. But there goes Rhaegar. He's also gone down. Everybody's still alive from the Pleyz. Really great job from them. Even the Archangel's Wrath, not quite enough to take out Lex Luthor, and they will hold on to this temple.
Yeah, the Pleyz is just doing a very excellent job down there in that temple, focusing on targets that they need to get down in priority first, along with the fact that it doesn't seem like the side of Team Happy Birthday has really enough damage compared to the side of the Pleyz. As you can see, Jaina, Zeratul, Sylvanas, and the fact you have knockbacks and stuns from ETC, and you have stuns from Uther, it's just a whole deadly combo, as the red team does end up taking that outer fort on the side of Team Happy Birthday.
So the first fort will go down, and that's going to help the Pleyz pick up their heroic abilities. They went ahead and grabbed the Water Elemental, the Void Prison. Ooh, that's a pretty new Void Prison emblem. And Divine Shield, Stage Dive, and Wailing Arrow. So very standard pickups there for all of those heroics.
Yeah, nothing out of the blue that I see. Of course, my Ollies is bugged completely on my screen, so I'm trying to see all the talents and everything like that.
Oh, just use the tab menu.
I cannot, because I am totally bugged out on my screen.
Oh no!
Yeah,
well,
I can't even.
Don't worry.
I can't even click on my screen. I have to use my middle mouse button to move around. That's how bugged I am right now because of using the old one. But nonetheless, I can still see some of their talents, and it's pretty standard from Stage Dive, Wailing Arrow, VP. As in the middle here, we do have the Pleyz just continuing to dominate at the moment, as they are up hand with their experience, and they end up taking the top outer keep.
Yep, there we go. Looks like with some pings, they're maybe going to head to middle. They would love to continue to press their advantage, maybe even get a team fight before Team Happy Birthday can get level 10. But there they have it. They've picked up their heroic abilities. It's going to be Sundering. There is the Sanctification, Web Blast as well. Still waiting on what Rhaegar and Vala will pick up. Might be a Strafe. That's what we've been seeing quite a bit. Yep, there's the Strafe and the Ancestral Healing.
Yep, pretty standard across the board on those for them, for their heroics. You see, Web Spinner is another one that a lot of new racks are ending up picking up because they're countering very well with taking people out of the fight. Sanctification is another new one that we're starting to see here quite often from the Tyrael. So I'm going to see how this ends up in the next team fight. As we can see, the Temple phase has begun, and both teams are rushing to the respect at trying to acquire at least both of these.
Alright, well we've got mid and bot. Right now it seems like they're trading just 50-50, but it does seem like Happy Birthday wants to come out down here and fight. A great Void Prison though on 3 of the members of Happy Birthday enables them to go ahead and pick up that kill on a new Barak, and now everyone from Happy Birthday has just got to get back. But Syndrome will be the next one to go down. A great Wailing Arrow on him kept him from being able to heal himself back up. Ascension and Poseidon are trying to get away. They're both pretty squishy. There goes Ascension and Poseidon as well. And with that, we should see the Pleyz go for something here. Maybe the boss are pushing with that temple. It looks like it will be the boss here, as they are up a talent tier and 4 heroes. 3. Now.
It's okay. Like I was saying, with that combination of ETC, Uther, and just the amount of damage that the Pleyz has right now, there was no escape for that bottom lane. As you can see, Tyrael was nowhere to be found on the side of Team Happy Birthday, which ended up just being their demise, as they didn't have that front runner with the Sanctification ready to go. This gives the Pleyz enough time to acquire these the Golem, and then possibly these Giants. So it's just, it's been working out in their favor so far. They do have that 2 to 3 level advantage at the moment. And this gives them even more time, the fact that the boss is going to wreak some havoc on them, and they need to defend.
There is a web wrap, and in that time, everybody from Happy Birthday is trying to posture forward to get a kill, but they haven't yet, and now everyone's back out. The heal will go down on Dragon to keep him alive, but in the meantime, both Barak and Thrall are down. They've only got Vala, Tyrael, and Rhaegar left. Rhaegar does not have a heal left to be able to keep himself alive. Will be the next one to go down. Evan is really trying to chase this Tyrael and will grab him there. He's just going to come up, try to use his Archangel's Wrath to deal a little bit of damage on this boss, who is pushing really uncontested now, as there's only Vala up to defend.
Yeah, the Pleyz really solid team fight yet again. You can see Sanctification was rolled out there by the stunts from Yelko, and just look, another power slide from Yelko ends up getting Vala caught into it, and she will be out for the next 18 seconds, as this boss is still doing work, and they do take an inner keep for that victory. Now we're going to see that the Pleyz is going to be falling back here and going for the other mercenary camp. And look what's at the bottom of the screen still. There is an untouched temple that was never even worried about until now. So the Pleyz is doing a really good job. They know what they have to do at the time. Very good job from them so far into this match.
Yeah, it's important to remember that it's not always the best time to just sit back and take an objective. They were able to get a keep out of it and now picked up a fort with the rest of the shots from that, and they're totally fine with giving the rest of the shots here to Team Happy Birthday because they still have 2 outer forts up, let alone the keeps. So there was the Sunray and the Void Prison and even a web wrap too. Dragons getting very, very low, and once again, nobody down yet for the Pleyz. They're moving in toward the bottom. They would love to throw a ton of damage here, and including the stage dive as they go in, try to separate out some of these heroes a little bit. Vala is down now, but Yelkow's going to go down too. So there goes a new Barak, and Evan is just cleaning up. He's the cleanup king on that Zeratul, and there goes Thrall, for them to be able to pick up the team wipe and their level 16 talents.
Now, not to criticize Team Happy Birthday, but when you have a Jaina on the opposite team, unfortunately do not stand together. Jaina was just destroying the members of Team Happy Birthday on that engage as they were kind of standing all in the same spot. You could just see the Blizzard just doing an immense amount of damage. Again, another great team fight from the Pleyz. They know what they need to do to stay in this fight and move on to the next round and win this fight. They're just going to keep at it, make sure that they can get as much red on the map as they can, and go for the victory here.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be going up to their bruisers. That's also what Happy Birthday's doing. They would love to grab some of these to just get their presence back on the map a little bit. By grabbing these, it kind of forces their opponents to deal with them, and then maybe they can take the time to get their level 16 talents, so they'll be caught up in the talent tier. As I know that there's a little bit of lag going on, it's in-game. I will try to lower the graphics before the next game, and hopefully that will fix it, but I'm not dropping any frames, so it's nothing to do with the stream at this point. It's just the game, and we'll hopefully fix it with the graphics, as well as get that observer interface before the next game.
Dropping those frames, Gilly. Dropping those frames. No. We do see the next temple phase start in about 5 seconds here as the side of the Pleyz ends up taking the giant camp on the side of Team Happy Birthday. That's going to be a little slight victory for them there. But the main victory is on that bottom temple. As you can see, it is starting to do damage to that middle inner keep there at the second. While we do have ETC up top, you know he has stage dive. He doesn't have to worry as he does come down. Silence does go out. We do see Thrall getting melted away in seconds flat. Silence on the back from Rhaegar. He's going to be going down. Ascension with that strafe. Is it going to be enough? Unfortunately, no, as Evan and Zeus just does massive amounts of damage. Anubarak cannot get out of there in time. And this does not look good for Tyrael as he ends up getting stunned by Lex Luthor and getting taken out of the fight. So another ace from the side of the Pleyz as they are going to dominate this game. And they look like they want to go straight for the victory. They know they have enough time. And this pretty much looks like this might be it, Gilly.
Yeah, it really does. Of course, that's what I was saying before with that bottom temple. It is so difficult to try to fight into and to escape out of once you've gotten into it. Poseidon's going to throw down a Sundering, but everyone's just right clicking the core, throwing everything they've got. There's still several seconds before everybody is even up, and there's plenty of heroes left on the side of the Pleyz. They will be able to easily pick up that core, and the first game will go to the Pleyz.
GG.
All right, well, we are going to take a really fast break. We'll get back as soon as we possibly can with the next game. And hopefully we'll have a fixed observer interface as well as maybe fixed stuttering. That will hopefully be the graphics, but not quite sure on that. And maybe even we'll get to see Messiah not stare off so longingly into the distance. I'm gonna wait. We're having a stare off right now.
I look like I should be like on a poster at a mall or something. I don't know. I don't know what I look like. I have to wait to see what the preview is on the stream, so I'll get to see how the look goes.
All right, cool. Well, we'll be back very soon, guys, with more games for you in the HeroesHype Amateur Series. See you in a bit.
See ya, folks.